Diddly-o, diddle up and down, diddly-o, diddle up and down, diddly-o, diddle up and down, diddly-o, diddle lay down, diddly-o, diddle up and down, diddly-o, diddle up and down, diddly-o, diddle up and down, diddly-o, diddle lay down. When the great grandfather.
Hey, so today we are going to be making my version of Gruit. Ancient type beer, very simple. I'm actually using the quickest ingredients I can get. So I went out and sourced everything through my yard mostly, except for some dry malt extract I had left in my tickle trunk. I think that's about like 11 ounces right there. So 3/4 pound of DME. I've got 1 pound, 11 ounces of brown sugar, just because I know it's going to be weak. I'm doing a 3-gallon batch for this. I've got a little bit of processing on to go over here. I'll show you. There at the camera angle. I went out and picked some dandelion root. Plain old weeds growing in the garden. And I don't know if you can see that, but I'm roasting it in my Actifry. Thinking on it. I was going to turn it anyway. So this is going to be just air dried and like heated. I think it's pretty well done. Like you can feel it now. It's sort of a little bit spongy, and I'm getting beckoned by the girls. And as well, I was going to roast some or toast some coriander, so I tossed that in there for the same process, and the smell is amazing, citrusy, etc. So that's all going in my boil. I'm going to use dandelion for bittering. There's no hops in this. I think I got, it's about 3 ounces of it, but as it dries I'm expecting that to get lighter. So that's going in chopped up around 60 minutes of the boil. Coriander is going in around 20 minutes. Also, from my yard, grab the leaves and flowers from said dandelions, all clean and prepped, ready to go. That is approximately, that's around 3 ounces. Wait, no. That was 100 and about 5 ounces of dandelion leaves and flowers. I'm going to treat them like an aromatic addition. So I'm thinking about 10 or 15 minutes left in the boil, because I want this to be like a tea going on the go. Also, raspberry leaves. Love my raspberry bushes, so hopefully this will turn out in a brew. This is like an early spring, hopefully seasonal thing I'm going to do. As well, to make use of something useless again like the weeds, stinging nettles. Not needles, nettles. N-E-T-T-L-E-S. I don't know about your property, but my yard is usually covered with them, and they're hard to get rid of. So, if you can't get rid of them, you drink them. I just lost one. That's about 4 ounces of that. Could use larger amounts, but I'm using a few different things into this. Also, I have spruce tips. I'm going to use 7 ounces of spruce tips in this. And for my yeast, going to be pitching on top of my Yike yeast cake that I have in the basement. Thank you, Johnny, for providing that pitch of Yike or Kiviek or however you want to pronounce it. I'm stretching that thing a lot, and I'm hoping to ferment this at around 25-ish, because I tried around 35, it was lagging. Hopefully with a larger yeast cake it's going to work okay. Usually you're supposed to underpitch that stuff, but all said and done, on short of gravities, but I will let you know how this turns out. I may end up having to stretch it a little bit further with some just table sugar, because Gruit can be just a sugar base, right? Also, in the fermenter, after primary fermentation's done, I'm going to be adding about 3 pounds of rhubarb, because I have a monster rhubarb plant. You might see a picture of said plant in the screenshots for this in the slideshow. And wish me luck. I'm going to get the boiler going now, and I think my coriander calling that done. That smells amazing, guys. Alright, I'll just show you one last time. How am I going to do this without dropping you? Dropping everything else is how I'm going to do this. But yeah. This I'm excited for. Okay. Wish me luck. Here we go. Alright. Just about up to a boil. I'll try to be quick with this part. Decided on doubling up on my bittering. There's no hops, like I said, but here's what happens to 92 grams of dandelion root roasted. Went down to 42 grams. Actually dried out nicely. I got it just right. Don't know exactly how this is supposed to go, but it was a little bit supple, but firm at the same time. You can tell it roasted. Smelled great. Tasted a little bit. Tasted interesting. And I have 7 ounces of spruce tips, slightly chopped. Didn't want to make it too fine because I'm just dumping all this into the boil. No hop spider, etc. But we're almost to our boil. Lots of headspace, so I'm not too worried here today, which is excellent. But here to give you the update before I started tossing stuff in here. And well, I'll try to get a small video of it happening, but it's hard to do it with one hand. Figure this out eventually. Okay. Okay, so bear with me. Here we go. 20-minute edition. We have, I think it's 92 grams of raspberry leaves. Just because they're there. I have 119 grams of stinging nettle. My wife is probably rolling her eyes at me right now. Here they go. And I have another additional 7 ounces of spruce tips. The dandelion actual leaves from the harvest of the root earlier, and the flowers are in there as well. So this is the 20-minute edition. And I almost forgot. One more thing in 20 minutes. This is getting kind of full. But it will all be strained afterwards. Okay, so I got that in there. And lastly, we have our toasted coriander. What we have left after this, so that's just going straight in. And I'll give it a little stir. I'll show you what it looks like. And we'll move on to our next edition. Alright, so here we go. That's where we're sitting right now. For 20 minutes of this, actually another 10 minutes, and I will be doing whirlflock, cedar, and lilac. And then that's it. We're putting this to bed. Okay, wish me luck. Give this a stir, and I'll let you in on the 10-minute edition. This should be a quick one. Okay. Alright, final edition. Okay, so here we go. I've got a handful of aromatic cedar from my front yard. Some people see them as decorative cedars, but I love the smell of it. It's going in at 10 minutes. Here we go. Here. And plop. Also, just because I love the smell and it's that time of year, I'm just trying to use what I have in my yard. We have some lilacs. What do you think of that? It smells amazing. So hopefully at 10 minutes I'm going to be getting most of the aromatics out of this. I could dry hop, but this is just how I'm going to try it. May be wrong, but it's my way. And it's home brew. So here we go. And there it goes. Alright. So all I'm going to do now is just give it a little stir. Set my timer for 10 minutes. Turn off the heat. And then we are off to bottling my last beer. Sorry for the fog. Alright. Catch up later. Alright, so there it is. Lilac, cedar, spruce tips, stinging nettles, raspberry leaves, dandelions. What else is in there? Something else in there. Oh yeah, cedar. I already said cedar. Coriander, roasted dandelion root, and yeah, wish me luck. Alright, so Vikings in Paradise. Been a while. I was working away, let it ride the way it was. Turned out super clear. Let's see what our reading is. First off, clarity. So, Vike yeast, super clear as advertised. Interesting smells. Alright, anyway, let's see what she spins out to. Give her a little spin. The starting gravity was... Okay, she's going to be a lower alcohol than I thought. Started off at 1.044 specific gravity, and she finished out at around 1.01. So it's okay. It's going to be a couple percent drink, but this thing was seat of the pants. So, like you guys probably seen in the video, simple kit, El Dorado for hops edition, whatever came in the kit for hops edition. Also added some lactose, and I added hibiscus sangria tea. Pretty interesting. Let's see what it tastes like. I guess that's more important than anything. So, it's got this tartness. I wasn't expecting it. I don't know if that was a tea edition or not, but I added tea at steep. Hibiscus is really subtle and in the background. See how it carbonates, but it definitely tastes like beer, which is good. And well, the tartness, maybe it's an astringency. Alright. Anyway, I'm going to carb this to about 2.8, and I guess I'll get back to you guys when it's primed. It's going to be... I think I'm going to let it ride in the chamber during this bottle priming at around 25 degrees because I'm going to be brewing something else on top of this yeast cake. So that's something else, will be another video. Look forward to posting that. That could actually be up before the tasting of this one. So yeah, Vike was used, or Vike, whatever. And yeah, it's kind of interesting. I'll let you know the percentage too in the notes. I just need to do the math on it. That could be really nice. Anyway, yeah, see you soon. And the terrible cameraman's back. Yeah, so the Gruit's all put to bed. I have my previous beer that used Vike yeast bottled. And now I have my yeast cake from the first brew. As you can see, the yeast had a party in here. Along the edges. I've never seen this in a brew quite like it. There's this coating, and it's pretty well sure it's yeast. Like I said, never seen it before, done a lot of brews. So what the plan is here, my Gruit is in there now, cooling off. Have a fancy cooling system on the go where I'm just pouring cold water along the side of the bucket from my shower head. And it's gonna work. It's just making do, right? My chiller's downstairs, just don't want to drag it out. So what I'm gonna do, this was donated to me from, well, I get donations from people because you know I'm into this sort of stuff. This is white oak, and it's been soaking in rum, he tells me, since he gave it to me, and I've had it for over a year. Got some more downstairs. So I'm just gonna scrape the side of all the yeast off the edge as best I can with this, because I only got 11 liters volume going for a 3-gallon batch. Decided to just toss it in a bucket. So I'm going to scrape it off with this, leave the stick in there, and it's going to be aging on oak. So the plot thickens. Everything else should be fine. This is Vike. We're going to let it ride at around 25 degrees Celsius. And we will see how this goes. May let it age longer, depending on how fast the fermentation is. But yeah, this is what's happening. White oak, soaked in rum. Interesting. Alright, so wish me luck. Alright, the Gruit. Right now, I missed an opportunity. I was going to try to do a top crop for the first time in another video, but that's another video for another time. Work schedule is not agreeing, so I won't be adding the rhubarb, but everything smells amazing with this guy. I'm going to post this video as it is, so if people want to get in and start harvesting around their yard, they can. And I'll do a tasting video at a later point, but I won't be able to do my rhubarb for this round. If I like when I'm done, it's pretty easy to make. Just grab stuff from the yard and go. Yeah, well, it's called White Man Can't Hop, and, well, we'll see how this goes. See you next time.
Diddly-o, diddle up and down.